Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. And have our friends here again today. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh man, this just gets better and better. How does that do that? How do you do that, Lord? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh my Lord, oh wow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Oh man, this is good, man. This is so good. Oh boy. Oh wow, what a life, man. This is so Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. I always wondered why do the cowherd boys never get tired of playing with Krishna? You know, now I know why. Ever fresh, it's amazing. His name is Ever Fresh. It's amazing, unbelievable. This is so amazing. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna. We get tired of everything else in the world, but never get tired of this. It's always ever fresh. It's like getting a new car every day. You know, could you imagine people gonna get a new car every year? They're gonna get every day get a new car, a new present. The same name, but never ever fresh experience. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. That's why people keep reading the same Vedas and the same Bible, because they're ever fresh. That's God's potency. Yeah, it's amazing, man. Just come here and get access to it, man. Yeah, one of the few doors. Come on in, man. Open door policy. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nityananda 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 Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 oh, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda. Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Gauranga. Gauranga, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Chaitanya, Shri 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 Krishna, oh my Lord, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare You, my Lord. Wow. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh my God, what a treasure. My God, what a treasure. Oh my Lord, what a treasure. Oh, thank you, 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 thank you. Oh, just come and get it, man. Get the treasure. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. The Lord showed me His plan today, man. What a plan, man! It's fantastic. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All right. Oh man, this is amazing. You know, yesterday I was watching this. Ooh, disappeared. Ah, look who's here. Maybe that's better. Let's let the deities appear. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, let's try this here. Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's see if it comes back. Maybe it will.
You see us? Can you see us?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. There we go. Yeah, yeah. Yesterday I was watching um, uh, this new series called Halo, and I was wondering why I was really like looking forward to this episode. You know, this third one. I was really like in my heart. See, Krishna knows everything, past, present, and future, and I said, I can't wait till this next episode comes. You know, because Krishna was going to show me something very interesting, and then confirmed it here today. So anyway, in this episode, they fire up Cortina. Cortina is so this guy's a super soldier, right? So they want to enhance his performance. So they want to put Cortina inside him, you know, with a chip. They want to chip him, you know, and then he's going to be super enhanced. See, this is what they want to do. This is the plan of the demons, but it's actually it's the plan of God, showing through the shadow what's the ideal. So they want to chip everybody and enhance them, which is, you know, the thing is, this is how the cortina that they want to implant you with will give you. See, it's like a Trojan horse. Oh, it'll enhance your abilities. Just take the chip, you know, take these injections, or whatever, how they're going to do it. It was an injection that he got actually. So anyway, they want to enhance it. So this Cortina comes and enhances him. You know, he gets more smarter. You know, he's able. She appears outside of him. You know, Cortina. Like now, Cortina's in the computer. See, they're inching their way closer to putting it inside. See, this one, to put it inside the demons. They're thinking. They're just, you know, it's a Trojan horse. So anyway, Cortina's outside, appears and says, "Oh, I can help you, and I can be your assistant, and I can do it everything, right?" You know. So it does that, and then And then there's somebody controlling the cortina on the outside, diabolical person. And she says, okay, all right, you take over completely. So Cortina comes over and just takes over. See, that's the idea, the Trojan horse, is to take over. See, this is the demoniac thing. If you follow the shadow, if you believe in the shadow, they're going to give you an assistant, this Cortina like they do on a computer. I never turned it on, actually. I don't want to, because all it does is it's a Trojan horse. They want to collect information about you and all this and assist you and all this stuff, and it's always recording. So invasion of privacy and everything, and ultimately it takes over. But this is a shadow of the truth. See? This is, the Lord wants to give us this kind of assistance. See? We need it. See? Otherwise, we're not only are we not enhanced, we're crippled. See? We're crippled. You see, in this guy, it was a man, and Cortina was a female. You notice Cortina is usually a female in the computer? See? It's a her, Cortina. I think it is. At least mine is. It has a female voice. I don't know if they switch it. But anyway, so Cortina is actually the spirit. You see, this is the thing. And when you're chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, it gives us this other part that we need. See? This other part is what makes us happy. Otherwise, we're never really happy. See? Otherwise, we have this assistant like the Cortina in the material world, in the shadow. She had no feeling, very like she'll just, she can just give you information. See, no heart, and ready to turn on you. See, that's Maya. She's always ready to turn on you. She appears nice and everything, but ends up turning on. Because that's what the shadow does. It's a reflection. There's something like that in the spirit, but it's different. It's always beautiful. It enhances the pastimes. Right? So that's it, basically. And that's what the Lord has in store for people. If you notice, the shadow is teaching that. That's why ultimately it's just like in the Bhagavatam, there's the demons were churning with the demigods. That's what's going on now. See, the Bhagavatam is the pattern of how God is working. So right now there's a churning of this ocean of milk. Things are coming out of it, all kinds of stuff. See, and ultimately there's nectar that comes out. See, so and the nectar is this relationship. See, basically it's Radha, really. That's really, for us, we need that spirit. It's the spirit that makes us happy. The spirit is what Jesus was talking about. The Holy Spirit is God. We're looking for that, man. We need that ultimately. That is what keeps people looking for it outside. Even the demons are looking for that. They do it. They think it's in the cortina, See, cortex, cortina, cortex. See? And that's where he was injected, in cortex. Elon Musk, he wants to put it in the cortex. See? So, but that's it. See, everything, the shadow is a reflection of the truth. So if people will just understand these things, like there's nobody teaching this like this. No Christians understand it to this extent. This is probably this is the only place on the planet, really. I mean, as I said, show us different, but there's nobody that understands this. It's this deep ecstasy that reveals these things. There's no other way to understand it. You have to chant the Hare Krishna mantra in deep ecstatic experience and feeling, and the Lord reveals these amazing things. How he's actually working in this world. How the shadow is a reflection of what he wants to accomplish. This is how we will know him. Without ecstatic emotions awakening in us, and this by the chanting, this Lord Caitanya, he's actually the Supreme Lord came here. He had the greatest, deepest ecstatic emotion, so he knows. That's why if we're going to know anything about him and his mission, about God's mission in this world, we have to be engaged on the ecstatic platform to experience, Bhagavad Gita 10:10. That's why we keep circling back to that verse. Only those devotees. I mean, you ISKCON devotees and you Gaudiya Math. I mean, I'm coming back to you again and again and again, only because Prabhupada, Bhaktivinoda, and the Acharyas have been setting the stage with you guys. You know about Krishna. You know about one level of God. But this is where it's going. You need to have ecstatic communion with the Lord to really know what is the purpose of the Hare Krishna movement. Otherwise, you don't know. It's all driving to the spirit-driven movement. That's why the real guru, the real successor for Prabhupada, is who brings people, the devotees, onto the ecstatic platform of experiencing, Radha, basically. She's the personified devotion. It reveals Krishna, otherwise we will never know Krishna. Not really. I mean, you just know his name. You'll just know a picture. You just have a kind of a picture, and you speculate on that picture. This devotion brings Krishna to life. Yeah, it's sort of like, in the Christian church, they never want to show a picture. They don't want to even show a picture of God in Muslims. They don't even want to speak his name. It's very secret, his God. And some Christians, they won't even put a picture of Jesus. They don't know it's not in the picture. And in a sense, that's kind of correct, because people are putting pictures of Jesus and of Krishna and all that, but then they speculate on those. See, Radha was different. She wouldn't have a picture. She would draw a picture of Krishna, or somebody would draw it, and she would look at it. And she'd get all ecstatic, and she did love that picture because of devotion. It reveals what's in the picture. And I've had experience over and over. When I go to a temple, I sometimes look at a picture of Krishna, and I would just feel, I just love that picture. Just like I look at a verse, I just love that verse. I love the name. See, it's this devotion that the Lord wants to give in disciplic line. That's why you need, like Lolita's talking a little bit about this, you need a living being here to pass this on. Even the Christians now, they're not clear about it. They think, oh, it's just Jesus just comes. No, it comes if you're a real Christian, and this is beyond Christian. Christian is religion, No, if you're really, you've got the love of Christ in you, you've either got it from a past life and brought it through, and it very easily awakens, or you get it through the preaching and the contact with other Christians who are spirit-filled. It's a living force that's passed on. Now, even Jesus said, I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom. Okay? I'm going to build my church upon you, on his apostles. Because he spoke to them and they got purified, just like here. You notice people, I've been speaking to people for 4 or 5 years. And that's how it's passed on. He's put through tremendous purification. Look at your own experiences. Everybody can look at the videos of which you all went through. The crucifixions and all that stuff, of the conditioning and all that stuff you believed in, you identified with, it came out and came out and came out, and now you have a new life. You've been spiritually reborn. It's by the living force, by an empowered person. And that's why I always say you got to be like Jesus, not imitate you. That's these people, they imitate guru. It's the same idea. They imitate a acharya, spiritual master. It's imitation. I need to imitate this person by taking their accomplishments and claiming them as my own. Okay? The Lord doesn't work like that. That's this illusion. It's artificial. It's like the demons. They want to make a cortina and implant it in your brain. And if you watch that series, you'll see it was a very painful process. It's always, if you do it the demonic, demoniac way. It's very painful. See? This is the only pain is just letting go of your pain, letting go of your crystallized beliefs in illusion. They were crystallized, you believe you're a goody two shoes. I mean, look what you went through. Some go through it quick, some even 20, 30 years, still crystallized belief in goodness. If I just be good enough, I'm going to get God. You're never going to be good enough. Narayan Raj taught the same thing. When you're good enough, you're going to get God. When you can chant 1 lakh, and you can get all the anartas out of you, you'll be good enough and you'll attain God. But that's going to take you many lifetimes. See, nobody knows the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's why you got to come through the real disciplic line of Lord Chaitanya. And no one has proven that they're in the real line except here, because we transmit this. People are actually getting this. That's why this is probably the only place. I say probably, could be another place, but I kind of doubt it, because nobody comes forward. Nobody says, yeah, there's over there, they're doing the same thing. People are getting love of God. Not even one. No Prem Parojana. He has hundreds of disciples now. Not even one of them comes, oh yeah, he's giving love of God, because he doesn't. He can't. He's a disciple of Narayan Raj. He's committed to that. He didn't have it. See? We have it, obviously, because it's being transmitted. Otherwise, it's always doubtful. Maya is always doubt. Doubt. Is it really there? Did Narayan Raj have it? Well, he was. Yeah, we speculate he had it. But nothing is done. Here, it's done. It's finished, man. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here. It's transmitted. Isn't that it? Isn't that what it's about? Isn't that what it's about? Transmitting this mercy. It's being done here. I mean, otherwise you're going to be stuck with that cortina. You're going to have these demons inject you. They're already doing it to people, injecting them with all these, 5th booster now. Can you be the 5th shot? And people going for it like crazy, man. They're going to be all mechanical very soon, They just switch on the thing and they're already walking down the street like robots, a lot of them, With the mask, still, there's even no mask thing, and they're all wearing masks still. Well, we've been doing hot, sweaty, hot mask. What are you, nuts? Yeah, they're all fucking nuts, man. This is what you do, when you're, if you don't progress, the Lord says, oh, you're not going to progress. So you want the cortina injected in you, and it's painful, that process, You just watch the Halo, just watch the movie. That's what they're going to do to you, man. Or do you want this cortina? I mean, you want Radha, she was also a female, man. But she was devious and deceitful, she was, oh yes, I can assist you in everything. And then she was in cahoots with the controller behind the cortina. See, that's the government, and the government says, oh, well, just play along, pretend you're his friend. And she, that's what they're doing, a Trojan horse, they call that. See, everything in the illusion. If you continue to believe in the illusion, you won't listen to realized souls. Do you want this person? I mean, look what I have. I call up this beautiful woman, this Radha, every day. Gives me complete happiness, gives me real knowledge and revelation. Cortina can't give you this understanding. Look what I get every day. This is the example. This is what she wants to give you. She's already given it to those who are taking this life force, which is real life. What do you think Jesus said? You got to meet somebody like that. I have life. I can give it to you abundantly. Isn't that what I've given? Don't you have the same kind of life? Can't you chant? Look at Lalita's chanting, River's chanting. Everybody's progressing so nicely. Johans and Govindas. You're becoming as attracted to what the Lord was attracted to. Isn't that what we're doing? It's all about. Lord Chaitanya was deeply attracted to the name. You're becoming deeply attracted to the name. Now you have an eternal companion. Narada Muni's going through all the universe. This is full freedom. Elon Musk, with all his intelligence, all he can do is stutter. His dream is to go to Mars. What is this, man? We're already at the point where if we left this body, we can go to any universe at this point. At this point. Because your people here are chanting like Narada Muni chants, visibly, not in the speculate, no, dream, no trying to imitate a Jesus or a Narada. You're like him. It's unbelievable what's going on here. This is very rare. Very true, very rare. No exaggeration even. It's amazing to me. If you believe in the scriptures, you can come here. You see the living scriptures. You see what you read. You see Narada Muni's popping up like lilies in the field here, man. Chanting in ecstasy like he does. Like Lord Chaitanya did, like Nityananda did, like their real followers did. Well, where are the real followers? You see, they're really few right now. Because you got to be like that. Are you a real associate of the Lord? They're the only ones who can teach real Krishna consciousness. See? And now it's going to the ecstatic stage. People, if Krishna gives them the intelligence and we do our part from the outside, and those he wants to awaken will see this is an honest endeavor. It's something I can't do on my own. The Lord shows me, look, you're just a fool, man. You're just an ordinary person. But if I want to use you, then you can do something. Just chant the name. Just chant and shut up, man. And then when I want to inspire you, I'll inspire you. Otherwise, you got nothing to say. Fool. That other one too is an interesting series where this entity comes into it. The guy becomes superhuman, and then the entity goes and the one who controlled the entity said, "Oh, the idiot's back," and he was just a bumbling idiot, And then the power came in. See, the power is the devotional spirit. That's our other half, man. That's the Cortina we're looking for, not this one there, in the shadow. The demons are trying to create this Cortina thing. It's crazy, and it seems like some people wear that mask like a proud badge of honor. Yeah. Well, you got to be proud of something. It reminds me, proud of your stupidity. Maybe eventually they'll figure it out. I'm very proud to be a stupid person. Let me someday realize that I'm just a stupid person. That's why, again, we need the association of the realized souls. This is the verse in the scripture. There's only two things in this Kali Yuga that are real. One are the Vaishnava scriptures. And it's true, the Vaishnava scriptures are the best. And the other is the Vaishnava. And you need them both, because if you're not a real Vaishnava just means you realize the truth that we need love, devotion. We need that spirit of devotion, pure spirit of devotion, to be properly functioning human beings, the human and divine together. That's the divinity we're looking for. If you don't have that, you're still more or less crippled in this world. You're not free. See, we got to be free in that devotion. See? Free in that, in that love. Otherwise, there's no real freedom. I'm not free. You'll see. The more we get this, the more when you're not really doing bhajan and calling it up, you're feeling like an empty shell without it. Because the modes, they're not, you know, they've been counteracted by this devotion. It's the only counteracting force. It's the most powerful force in this universe if you can find it. You know? Mm. This is Radharani, which is bhakti, is the most mysterious subject matter in this whole world. It's the most confidential thing. Krishna even hides it from the Vaishnavas, because you know they can get liberation maybe, by their chanting and stuff like this. But this devotion he hides. Even Chaitanya Charitamrita says, how do you know? Well, look at them. They're not just coming up here in droves, are they? It's just one by one. Somebody gets it. And then you got to get them through. Like some are coming and listening, and still they're thinking about taking the initiation from some other gurus. And many of them will fall prey to that. And as soon as they do, the gurus say, oh, you can't go there. They're still weak and they won't be able to withstand. That's why, you try to help as many as possible. But if they start going to these ISKCON gurus, man, they just will pollute them. Or the Narayan Raj group, the same thing. It's no different. Probably worse. Believe it or not. So much jealousy and pride in some of these groups. Yeah. So this is the pastime. If you come and listen here, you'll get the strength. Like I told this one lady, just hold off on your initiation from these guys, because immediately after initiation, they tell you you won't go and you won't have the strength to come here, because they order you and you're just not strong enough. You got to listen for a long time and be smart, and then you'll have the strength to see the illusions everywhere. In religions, in Vaishnavas, in Christian religion, if everything's on the level of religion, where they're just emphasizing, being, attain God by being good, even, you'll never do that. You got to get this special mercy. You got to get the grace. Anybody that's even a halfway decent, real Christian knows it's by grace you're saved. You need the grace of Christ that comes through a real Christian. And in Vaishnavism also, you need a real Vaishnava that has the grace of Lord Chaitanya, that is a genuine associate. And in this life, you can be liberated by getting this gift of the spirit of devotion. Without it, you're just one of these rule followers, and you have faith in being good, and then eventually you'll get God. Yeah, that'll be after this lifetime. You'll come back again and again and again. Like the demigods, they're in a mode of goodness. They cultivated that for who knows how many lifetimes to try to be good, Isn't that what Prabhupada was teaching? Be good, be a good devotee, be a good Brahmin. See? So that's why the progression from that point. He came to me, he said, okay, now you teach this. Teach the postgraduate. Teach the real truth, man, beyond the mode of goodness. Bring them deeper. Otherwise, there's no way. You have to have somebody that's deep in the spirit, who has the real revelation and the empowerment to teach this. Otherwise, you're not going to get it, man. Nobody has the power. Charidev can't bring you through it. What does he teach? Same old, and then mixes things in with women's liberations. And, people are attracted. Oh, he's for the women. No, you need to see somebody for the real woman, not women. Woman. Woman is the important woman. That's the devotion. See, Bhakti Devi, Radha. We need to liberate that woman. You see, when you come here, you hear the essence. You don't hear all the fluff and all the speculations and into the, it's always on the outside. Oh yeah, we're here for women's. We want to liberate women out there. We want to liberate that one woman inside you. That is the essence. See, otherwise you're all fragmented, mind. Oh, all the women's liberations. See, these are your gurus. That's why they say even he tells you to go get the shot. Oh, yes, very intelligent. I ascertained from all thinking about this. What kind of research have you done? You're supposed to be smart. I do a little. I take the whole ball of wax and I can analyze it, man, I can say, okay, you've given that information. How come he can't do it with his big PhD? Why can't he do these things? Well, it could be he's in on it, Makes me think if, what you're supposed to be a PhD and able to analyze all angles? You're either brainwashed yourself or you're in on it. It's that simple. A lot of these CIA has infiltrated all kinds of movements. Prabhupada knew there was something weird going on. He even called it the sinister force. Always infiltrates. That sinister force tries to get in here too, but Krishna is so strong here. He ejects it right out. Those whose hearts are, they're trying to come in to usurp something, he gets rid of them. Either that or you get purified. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. All right, let's see here. What are we going to do here? Oops. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You want to read something, River? Or how about you, Govind? Do you want to read something?
Yeah, I'll read something. Go hurry up.
I think are you muted or is it me? Is he muted, River? He's not. Okay, it's me. All right, let's see here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
That's the problem. Okay, I'll do some over here. Maybe I can do this here. All right, say something there, Govinda.
Hare Krishna.
Ooh, wow.
Hare Ram. Testing. Krishna. Hare Krishna.
All right, did you want to read something or something?
Yeah, I'll read something. Yeah.
Or you want to say something too, or whatever, just.
Oh yeah. Hey, Karuna's making some really funny videos. They're really kind of softening my heart. That fella. They're really funny, actually. Even though he's still a rascal, he's still making some very good videos. Very creative. And Tucker is really expanding things. I think it's really great because that's what it's all about. Everybody puts in their individual uniqueness and it expands it out. So yeah, I can't bring myself to block that crooner, even though he's a rascal. He is very creative. Makes me laugh. Okay, so he's kind of a funny guy. Sincere in his own crazy way.
Yeah, everybody's unique.
He's unique. Yeah, he has a uniqueness. His videos just make me laugh. Devotees can watch the one he did of Caitanya and the big conch shell. Oh my gosh, I was laughing. It's funny. Okay, so this is the liberation of Sarabhuma Bhattacharya. It's Caitanya Chaitanya Majilila, but it's a discussion between the South Guru Hari and the devotees here. And there we go. Popo, Shri Guru Haridas. I was thinking of this prayer, with Jesus. He was praying. I totally get it. I just that's how it is. He was praying to the Lord because he was seeing that people who were coming were just simple people, usually. Now, I mean, it's open to everybody and some intelligent people will come, but a lot of simple people would come. And for me, this is just emphasized again and again and again, everywhere in pastimes. Shivananda Sen's dog, Caitanya film, that lovely black and white film of Caitanya Mahaprabhu just strolling in casually, like the cowherds, casually into Puri. And the lepers on the street are like, oh, wow. And those in the religion, in the temples are like, oh my gosh, who's this who's come to smash our caste system? And that's like Lord Hari and the devotees here. We've come to smash this illusion of Varna Ashram being the highest, topmost. And it's like that. And he said, oh Lord, it is right that you reveal the kingdom, I'm going to find that verse. It's very amazing. But that's exactly whenever deliverance is here for people into the spiritual kingdom, it's usually like that. But it's always really starts like that. The simple people come, the cripples, the downtrodden, the ones who are nothing special in the world, in the eyes of the world. See? But they're special to God. And that's why he comes to these kind of people, because they surrender to the truth easily, because I really noticed this, because I have this friend that talking with, and he's sort of interested, but he thinks it's kind of silly what we're doing. Kind of looks like, like it's not polished. I mean, you look on Facebook and these guys are so polished. Everybody, just their videos are just like pucker, and here we're doing this off the wall stuff. It's not polished at all. I mean, they look at this, they say there can't be any merit to what you're doing. Look how simple it is. There's this lady hooked on a machine over there, laughing and crying. And there's this other one that's really laughing and crying all the time when they're chanting. And they think, nobody does that. It's not polished, You just sit in front of a camera, or, anybody here that's getting the mercy. So it's hard for people to see, but it's always been like this. It's hard for people to see, and that's why the classes you've recently been doing, Guru Hari and devotees, go back to basics, share about what we get out of the mantra. My friend Richard, a couple of times now in the van, he's been chanting. Well, I've not said anything about chanting. He's just spontaneously, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, on the roof, from the roofing. I mean, sometimes can't always capture the moment. I know, we go live a lot, but there's bliss and ecstasy and spontaneous, wonderful lilas going on here. Your mercy, Guru Hari. I can't actually get a camera out when I'm on a roof. I've got tools in my hand. You know what I mean? It's just like I've got a bucket of cement, but it's just like, wow, it's that verse. Seek the kingdom of God. Yeah. It's just truly amazing. Truly.
Yeah. It's the same thing. So the Lord, the sincere people, they get in. And often the people that are not so sincere, they see there's life there, energy. They come in and they want to make it a polished thing, and that gets external. That happened in Christianity, happens in, it's always like that. It's just happened with St. Francis. He had these intimate associates and they're really into God and ecstatic. and then there's the external people come in, and then they turn it into a religion. It's always like that, you know. So while we're together, same happened with Lord Chaitanya. The same thing. The outside forces came in, the polished ones. See, you notice they all even they really they're probably got to do the nice dhotis and all that stuff, and have big ceremonies and big pomp, you know. So they come in and then they teach something else other than the real mercy of the Lord. And you know, because this mercy is extraordinary. You know, this is, you know, this is, they don't people don't see this is the real opulence. But that's, you know, and they're worshiping Krishna and they're worshiping Radha and all that. But the real worship, there are these tears and this ecstasy, and that's where it's all going. It's not going into this external pomp. They think it's always external, always big ceremonies. The Lord's looking for the tears, you know. He's looking for intimacy, which we're really looking for. Otherwise, even these people, they were doing the external worship. They're looking for the intimacy, but they still going outside for it. See, there's this like having that cortina thing outside for that. You know, I want an assistant. I want somebody, you know, looking for that. But you know, it's all here. It's inside. It's in those who have it. They pass it on. You know, you got to be around people that are whole. That's the holiness. See, holiness. People they get other ideas of what is holy. They think it's those persons into pomp that are holy. They're, you know, these external. Oh, look at us. We're holy. Look at how I'm dressed like a pope. You know, my silk thing. I'm a, you know, pope. I'm holy, and they do that in ISKCON and all. His holiness, His grace, Bhakti Vedanta. But you don't see any bhakti. That's the holiness. We're meant to be whole from that. That's that assistant we need. You notice Krishna said, I'm not going to fight. I'm going to just be your assistant to Arjuna, right? He was like Cortina, like, but because that is the what do you call the symbol of what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be like Arjuna, and Krishna is your assistant in that sense. You assist him, he assists you. It's like this mutual, beautiful thing, relationship. He's thinking, hey, without you as my assistant, I can't accomplish my work in this world. See? And the devotee's thinking, yeah, well, without your assistance, we can't do anything, you know. The flute and the flautist need to be there. That's the relationship. That's perfection. Otherwise, we haven't perfected our human existence. No one. You know, that's why people remain demons or demigods or trees or plants and everything, because they haven't perfected their existence. See, everything, all of this is the essence. See, could you imagine if people hear this, they know what is really the truth and be set free? You're set on the real path. Oh, really? I've been wasting my time, you know, looking for perfection out there, looking for the external cortinas. You know, this could be beneficial for the demons. You know, we're trying to make this external cortina, you know, so that they have their assistant. But look at her. She turns on you. She has no real feelings, doesn't care about you. It's just a mechanical thing. Look at the Spirit of God. Oh my God, it's so intelligent. It's so perfect. You know, it's not imperfect. That's why that's always everything out here in the shadow is imperfect. It'll never work out properly. This does. You notice this works. Just gets better all the time. Go ahead, Ravinda.
I was meditating as you're speaking on that prayer to the Father and the Dorita. That applies to everybody when they really get it. But those in the Vaidhi think, oh no, how dare you? That's for the plan. How am I going to accomplish this mission without you, Krishna? It applies to all of us.
Well, you know, like Bhakta Tom says, can they live together, the Vaidis and the Raganugas? Well, yes and no. It's if they become Raganuga, if they become like more intimate, then they can come into, this is like the Dhams. This is why the Dhams are separated. You notice they taught there's Vaikuntha Dham, even on the liberated level, much less this level. Okay, so in the liberated Dhams, there's Vaikuntha and then there's Vrindavan. People from Vaikuntha can't just go to Vrindavan because there's a certain mood there. The Lord's having certain pastimes with his devotees there. They have a certain kind of mentality, and you can't bring in that mentality of even Vaikuntha with this awe and reverence worship thing there. It will be out of place. It doesn't fit. It's the same thing here. Lord Chaitanya taught this, that if he told his more intimate devotees to keep a distance from the more Vaidhi type devotees because they get confused. They're on a different platform of devotional service. So should we keep a distance from people? Well, I got the order not to, because if we don't interact and intermingle and cause some ruckus, there will, those who are in there that may want to change or just stuck there won't get out. They just stay as they are. That's why in the pastimes you see there's always a disturbing element that's called divine intervention. Even in the book written by Sanatana Goswami, Brihat Bhagavatamrita, there is divine intervention even in Vaikuntha by this devotee from Vrindavan going there and causing problems. He jumped on the altar and started to relate very intimately with Krishna. They dragged him down, out of the chest. What are you doing? These Vaikuntha? We don't do that here. How dare you do that? Same thing us. The people misunderstand, but it's, hey man, it's just when the will of the Lord is the will of the Lord. That's why when deliverance is here, like really bringing people to the high planet, there's this kind of problems. Jesus caused problems. Lord Chaitanya caused problems. We cause problems. But they become solved. You notice? We're here to solve. There's a problem anyway. If you're in the material world, you got problems. You have problems. The problem is, how do you get out? Well, here's the door.
And he was sharing recently in the class how the devotees invited Krishna to go to Dwarka. But they said, no, we're not going. They relish together the pastime, but we don't want to go to Dwarka.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
meet fishermen, and they think a person coming, and they even the tax collector. His heart because there's parallels, isn't there? There's also the toll collector. The tax collector Matthew you're referring to. But there's a toll collector in Bhagavatam who used to get tolls and taxes from the devotees in the pastime where Nityananda breaks Chaitanya's danda. Chaitanya seemingly breaks him, but it's you've broken my abode of the demigod, my danda. There's so many parallels, and you're strong on her. There's no one sharing this about what's going on in the world. I've not heard anyone publicly. I don't believe there's another place like this, and everybody is welcome to come and show us the deep revelations and understanding of what's really going on in the world. And furthermore, the important thing is a lot of people are showing what's going on in the world, how to get out of this cesspool.
Yeah.
That's it.
So this is the breaking of the dunda is being done again. This is the breaking of the dunda. See, we're breaking that path. We're breaking it, and saying, hey man, you don't need this. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here. That was the mystery. See, only Nityananda could break that dunda. Only he had the power. Only we have the power here to break that abode of the demigods, the rules, the Rebbe, Varnashram. We break it and say, hey, come on, man, the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is here. Just come and get it. You just come and listen. Come onto the path of what the devotees did. And, it's like, Maharaj Pariksit, all he did was he just sat and listened to a realized soul. That's the recommended path now in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 1, Adi Lila, verse 98 through 100. Just sit and listen to the pastimes of the Lord from a devotee Bhagavat, and then you'll enter into the higher stage. Otherwise, you have faith in that dunda. You have faith in, faith in your sticks. Right? We're breaking that stick, breaking that path in a sense. Otherwise, if you continue to have faith that Vaidhi and your works are going to deliver you, you won't. You'll see. It'll be futile. If you don't see here, we're teaching how to very easily become attracted to the name and the pastimes. Just come into this association, chant with us. There's no other practical way. Otherwise, you'll be in association with Vaidis, and they just do the same old, religion and rules and ceremonies, and then they die in rules and ceremonies. And that's their line. It's not the real line. This is the real line. These are the real followers. We follow the path of Lord Chaitanya. We teach that here. You notice it's these right out of Chaitanya Leela. Okay, so the people are having a hard time understanding you because of the way your microphone's working. So who wants to read now? Lalita.
No, I want to say Tom wants to read for days.
He's
But
wanting
he
to
never,
read.
he never said it.
Oh, really? Well, you gotta speak up, Tom.
Yes, I sometimes I wrote when but you didn't see it. It was too
Oh, I
late.
just. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry about that. Okay. All right. Now's your day.
Did we finish Madhyakanda chapter 25?
Probably not. So start there.
And Lita, do you remember where you left off? No.
So you don't remember. Just jump in somewhere.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Wow, it's all in there. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Thank you. I just start where it's open, or a little before. Okay. The Lord danced for a while. That's page 543. The Lord danced for a while, relishing the bliss of dancing. The Lord danced for a while, relishing the bliss of dancing. Wow. Wow, there's so much already there. The Lord danced for a while, relishing the bliss of dancing. Why do I have to continue to another sentence? It's all in there. The Lord danced for a while, relishing the bliss of dancing. However, soon the news of the passing away of the son of Srivas Pandit reached the devotees. Through though no one openly expressed anything, though no one openly expressed anything, they were profoundly moved within. Wow. No one openly expressed anything. They were profoundly moved within. Though no one openly expressed anything, they were profoundly moved within. Chaitanya, the omniscient Supreme Personality. Chaitanya, the omniscient Supreme Personality, knows everyone's heart. He inquired, he inquired. Today something perturbs me, my thoughts. What distress has cast its dark shadow in your house? What distress has cast its dark shadow in your house? Pandita. Srivas replied, My lord. Srivas replied, My lord, what distress can affect me? What distress can affect me? Your benign smiling face is illuminating my house. When your benign smiling face is illuminating my house. Oh, you wanted to say something about this?
How about you? You say something about it.
There's so many things I feel. Um, oh, my lord, what distress can affect me when your benign smiling face is illuminating my house? Then all the sorrows they dissolve into the background, even so-called death. This is a higher grace, this is a higher path, this is a higher progress than even the disappearance of a material body. This is of a higher quality platform. Shivas replied, My lord, what distress can affect me when your benign smiling face is illuminating my house? This quality surpasses the material movements, the material qualities, the material platform. Finally, finally, the leading devotees informed the Lord about the demise Shiva's son. Demise. Finally, the leading devotees informed the Lord about the demise Shiva's son. Gravely, the Lord asked, When did this happen? The Lord was told that it had occurred in the early part of the evening at about 4 o'clock. You were not informed of this matter because Shivas was concerned about disturbing your dancing. You were not informed of this matter because Srivas was concerned about disturbing your dancing. His son has passed away, but about 2.5 hours earlier, and with your permission, we shall now begin the necessary last rites. When Lord Chaitanya heard this wonderful story about Srivas Pandit, he was amazed. When Lord Chaitanya heard this wonderful story about Srivas Pandit, he was amazed. The Lord said, "How can I ever live without such an extraordinary companion?" And began to weep. He said, "How am I going to leave the association of such a saintly person who is unaffected even by the demise of his son due to his love for me?" Wow. And this is, remembers this in the Bible. There was also a story about sacrificing a son that the Lord asks, "Can you sacrifice? Can you leave your son?" Speaking in this manner, the Lord broke down and wept bitterly. Speaking in this manner, the Lord broke down and wept bitterly. The devotees were perplexed to hear the words of the Lord, which indicated that he might leave. The devotees were perplexed to hear the words of the Lord, which indicated that he might leave. They did not make much sense to the devotees, as nobody knew that in the future the Lord would leave home to embrace the mendicant life of sannyas. They did not make much sense to the devotees, as nobody knew that in the future the Lord would leave home to embrace the mendicant life of sannyas. When the Lord calmed himself, whoa, the Lord calmed himself. When the Lord calmed himself, oh my God. When the Lord calmed himself, he took all the devotees to attend upon the dead body. In the presence of all the devotees, the Lord addressed the deceased son of Srivas Pandit. In the presence of all devotees, the Lord addressed the deceased son of Srivas Pandit. What reason have made you leave Srivas Pandit's house? What reasons have made you leave Srivas Pandita's house? The Lord and the devotees were indeed surprised that the Lord was speaking to a dead body. The devotees were indeed surprised that the Lord was speaking to a dead body. Yet their surprise turned to sheer wonderment when the deceased young boy spoke up, saying, "My Lord, everything happens according to your will alone. Who can influence your will?" The devotees listened attentively to each word. The boy continued, "I have enjoyed this body during the time prescribed for my presence within it. That time period is now over, so I am leaving to take up another body. My Lord, although I must leave my present body, please be merciful to me so that I may never forget you, who is one's Father. Moreover, who is one's Son. Everyone acts according to the result of his individual karma. Yeah, I saw this sentence before with the Lalita. Everyone acts according to the result of his individual karma. As long as my destiny allowed me to remain in Srivas Pandit's house, I have stayed. But now I must leave for yet another residence. My Lord, I offer my humble obeisances unto you and your dear associates. Please forgive all my offenses and permit me to take your leave. With these parting words, the child lay still. This wonderful miracle of the dead boy speaking such words of wisdom was a crowning experience for the devotees. They reached the heights of exaltation. The entire family of Srivas was now carried on waves of ecstasy. The entire family of Srivas was now carried on waves of ecstasy. Their lamentation was a past dream. Their lamentation was a past dream. Their lamentation was a past dream.
Yeah, what sets people free is the truth. People they're lamenting because of illusions. That's the whole thing. So that's why it's the truth that sets people free, and Kali Yuga is only the truth. And it's not just the truth of the what do you call it, mode of goodness truth. We need the deepest truth in this Kali Yuga is being preached. The deepest mercy, the deepest truth. Um, yeah, it's why that's how you abandon all varieties of religion, is just take shelter of where the truth is being spoken. That's what we've done by our example. You don't need anything else, really. Just follow rules so your body doesn't get destroyed you know, by acting too much in the modes of ignorance. That's the whole thing. Um, yeah. So River's confused. Why is Karuna getting glorification? Well, I mean, it's not really like that. It's just, how about we're just looking more, the devotees are advancing more to see the good qualities in people. Don't we all want to be accepted? I mean, Karuna is just himself, isn't he? He can't be any different. I mean, I could tell him to do this and do that. He's just acting as he does. I may not like things he does, or maybe they're disturbing, and then maybe I say something or do some action, but he's just himself. And in everybody could see good qualities, right? I mean, it's also encouraging. I mean, why do this is hard enough? Bhakti Siddhanta, there were disciples that were, doing weird things and all this, and they'd be often chastised, like, oh, go away, get out of, all this, and Bhakti Siddhanta would say, hey, listen, you know how hard it is to get somebody who believes in Krishna? It's not easy. And they believe in what I'm doing, and you want to just chase them away. Try
It
and
shows
get.
mercy over and over again. It shows the mercy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at how many ISKCON devotees are coming here. I mean, at least Karuna. and look at, you could see what he does. He does, very creative guy, does funny things. People have come here because of him. So I can look at that, and sometimes I may look at this shit and say, say, hey man, it's not going to happen here. I don't like that. And just how it is. So
Judge the sin, not the
people,
sinner.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, people need encouragement. I mean, it's a balance. Sometimes I can't condone certain things, and they don't, that bother me or something. So, yeah. So if encouragement is coming, it's Krishna. So yeah, confusing. That's because it's just the Lord works spontaneously. So just roll with it, and then you won't be confused.
I feel all these roles they have to be played in this theater in this show. Yes, but it should there's no play, there's no theater, there's no communication when these roles are missing. They
Yeah,
are necessary. Every role
yeah,
is necessary.
yeah. Yeah, the Lord brings who, I mean, brings who He wants to bring, and keeps who He wants to keep here. Yeah. I mean, you can see, yeah. So He's working through what He's working through. Everybody is. So yeah, I mean, we're all just kind of acting naturally, whatever that is. Sometimes getting offended, sometimes not. I mean, the same thing was going on with Lord Chaitanya's day. Some devotees, um, they would get mad at the way a devotee was acting, and they would say this and say that. Same thing. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah,
We need this rubbing, like the churning of the ocean. There has to be a movement, a contradictory movement that
yeah,
brings
yeah.
brings warmth, brings life,
Yes,
life movement.
yes. Yeah, exactly. Part of the pastimes. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. I need to take a nap. I don't know. I'm just a little bit tired now. I'd like to comment on all these things too, but I'm just a little bit tired. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go take some rest. Did you want to say something there?
I'm sorry, Guru Maharaj. There is one thing I don't like. Those
Oh,
arms of the deities are on your head like horns.
like horns. Well, there's a little devil in Goa, it does.
I don't like it.
Well, let's change the picture. That can be done. Yeah. Like horns. Don't tell Karuna he's going to use something. You watch, that's going to be on some kind of picture. He's going to, he won't let that one go, I'm sure. Let's see, video. Where's the background? How about this one?
Sweet, sweet, sweet one.
Get under, get under there. Okay, there we go. It's a little better. Yeah, you see, that's our Cortina, is Radha. So, see, the pastimes, the esoteric meaning, people always want to put out there, Krishna's out there. But we're like little Krishnas in that sense. He wants us to be like that. That's why he came and taught how to have like this Radha, and her assistants to understand life, understand God. So that's the same kind of thing. We're like little Krishnas in that way, not imitating, in that following in the footsteps. That's and then it's the same kind of thing. You notice you have this great loving companion, the Holy Spirit of devotion. Look at her, and she's so. I mean, this is how it is. Very loving, very nurturing. Doesn't. I mean, I couldn't imagine living without bhakti. It's the only thing that gives me happiness. That's why you see even like people in the world, they talk about having muses for inspiration. There's no greater inspiration than devotion. It's the greatest thing in the world. The Lord wants to give. He's given it through our Sangha. This is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya revived to get this kind of situation. I mean, everybody's really looking for it. It's just not easy. People have to go through purification because of attachment and being to contamination of crazy ideas, crazy feelings, crazy everything in this world. Because we're bewildered, basically nuts. But anyway, this is where it's all driving to, is to have that kind of loving companion, not outside, but inside. And also outside, it shows in our relationships. We have nurturing relationships. That's why this family is getting really fantastic. Very nurturing, very loving. Look at what people can look at it's like a video blog, this whole thing that we've been through for 5 years. People can look over the whole, thing with people. The first fighting was going on, and people misunderstanding, blocking, kicking people. I don't like that guy. And then progressing, getting more purified, sticking with it. Maybe have to go out for a little bit. It's a journey. It's a blog. It's another thing that can be put together. Somebody can go around through the old videos, and put a vlog together of the different scenes and make movies of different scenes that we've been through, and very creative. It'd be very interesting, and like a book. It's a video thing, collage. Maybe Tom will get into that. Who knows? Somebody. You got a lot of stuff, man. They're all there on YouTube and Facebook. They all recorded there. They like to collect data. So they want data. We give them data. This is the data they need.
All this data is being fed into the beast in Brussels.
Yeah. Let's feed this data into the beast. It'll explode with Hari Katha. After a while, we'll just start speaking about Krishna. This is our Trojan, Krishna's Trojan horse. They got their Trojan horse. We got ours. This is the Trojan horse. Yeah, they keep collecting all this data. I don't mind Facebook. But they collect all. I don't mind collecting this data. I love it, man. The more purified that beast is going to get. Start speaking. Yeah, nobody's speaking as much as this. Our Sangha is speaking 24 hours a day, feeding that beast all this transcendental data, man. After a while, it's going to be speaking about Krishna. We'll start seeing ads about Radha and Krishna. Bhakti, come to Sadhu Sangha. Yeah, I think that's how Krishna's working. Maya's got her Trojan horse and Krishna got his. We're the Trojan horse. That's why they don't censor this. Let this crazy guy, go on, man. Let these crazy women chant next to it. What harm is that going to do to our mission? We're only looking for those against Fauci and Bill Gates, and these guys are glorifying them and saying they want to help them. But how do we want to help them? That's the...
this lady in the Oxfam to me said yesterday, I said goodbye. I didn't want to buy anything. So, do you want to put a penny in for Ukraine? I said, not really. I don't really want to give anything to... I said what you said in a recent video. Old men create wars, young men fight and die. But I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a couple of books if you're interested. the lifestyle of my Guru Maharaj. And so we had a nice conversation.
Yeah.
I'll go and see her next time, and I'll give her a couple of books.
Yeah, everything is reversed in that Ukraine thing. If you give money there, they use it to destroy the people because they're using the money.
Yeah.
People are being tricked and deceived and lied to on every aspect, even that Ukraine thing. Putin is he's not, actually, he's the one trying, like he's being empowered to try to stop this new world order. He doesn't like it. He even comments, he says, the United States are being controlled by demons. It's true. He's not, nobody's perfect, and he's not perfect, certainly. But that's why they're doing it. Everything is being twisted around by Maya. And all this money people are sending, bitcoins and all that stuff, is all just being used to destroy the thing. That's what they're doing now. All our taxes and everything is being used to destroy people. Look, to put in these puppet governments, to do the cheating on the voting thing. That's all our supporting, people, and they just do it. Let's support our destruction. Well, that's what people are doing. That's just Maya. She uses stuff to support the destruction, uses our energy and everything. So anyway, this is why this is so wonderful. We use our energy and benefit everybody, benefit the demons, benefit everybody. So that's why there's no censorship here. Why should there be? The demons aren't threatened. They don't really threaten anybody. Maybe the worst are threatened are the Vaidis, because this truth, does threaten them in a sense. It shouldn't, but they just believe that being bigger, better, and more are being gurus when you're not really, you can't deliver the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. This is the will of God. Those who are doing the real will of God now are behind this mission that we have. The will of the Lord is that people get devotion. This is the order. This is Prabhupada's order. Full approval. Otherwise, you're not really in the mission. And you're taken out. Your gurus can't give you protection. They're just all telling you to go get your little things and put your mask on. They're just, part of the problem now. That's why, yeah, people, if they're, if you've made it this far and you're attracted to this, stay distant from the ISKCON or Gaudiya Smiti, Gaudiya Math. That'll only be your detract, because anybody getting involved there, they'll try to get you away from this. And this is the great, you made it this far. Don't be dashed to the ground by the religion, hypocritical, devout persons. I don't care how good they seem or how many rules they follow or how many flowery words they're preaching. You made it this far, stick around and get your strength, man. Otherwise you'll be dashed to the ground. That's the meaning of that 10th canto. Kamsa is right there, hypocrite, hypocritical religionist. That's your ISKCONs and all of that stuff. Gaudiya Smiti, Gaudiya Math. The hypocrisy is in charge still. They haven't gotten rid of Putin, not one of them. We're kicking Putin's ass, man. We are, no we're not. I don't need to be a hypocrite to teach what the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. I just got to teach the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's how you overcome Putin. You have to get this strength that's here. We overcome speculation by just telling what's in the book. The Lord has given us that transcendental cortina. See, Bhakti Devi. She straightens everything out, straightens out what's in the scriptures, everything. I tell you, watch that. If anybody watches that thing, you'll see what I'm talking about. This is where that's the reflection of this. So why not get into the light? This is the true light, man. Get this cortina, man. She's great. You notice we all get the Holy Spirit. This stuff about like homosexualities and all this stuff, lesbianism and all that. We all want that divine female, whether you're a man or woman, right? This is the perfection of that. Everybody loves Radha in Vrindavan, you know. What is it? Mother Yashoda considers Radha just like her own son, you know. Yeah, because she's got that body, she's been given to her. Yeah, so yeah, we all need this divine female. We'll be whole with her, whether you're male or female. See, so in a sense, Lord Chaitanya wants to make all gopis in that sense. Everybody's going to get this divinity, this devotion. See, devotion, feeling, always to do with the women, right? Women.
It's amazing that this propaganda is saying that this medical military is in blue and yellow. Ukraine flag blue and yellow. But Chaitanya, they danced in blue and yellow. So this is the real place. Everything else is just murky.
Yeah.
Even just open a bag of cement, it's blue and yellow. The cash point, donate to Ukraine, donate to a fucking bunch of paedophiles. That's basically what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're just twisting it. It's like they need energy. Anyway, it's a demon thing. That's what they do. Well, they're a little bit like some people that come to our sangha. They got a little bit of those qualities. We'll straighten them out. Lord Chaitanya, he started to look at the good qualities of everybody, even fault finders like Guru Aparades. They usually the worst. He would look at the good qualities of that. What's his name? Ramachandra Puri, who was offensive to his guru, trying to teach his guru and all that. He says, I'm just like a little boy. So anyway, it's great. The whole thing is fantastic. And I'm going to go take a nap. Hare Krishna, everybody. Maybe Tom wants to go live and read something.
Can I say something short, please?
Yeah, go for it.
I also wrote this. Eventually, Putana is a stage in the process. She did not stay in that phase of consciousness when she was Putana. Her personal process went on, and she became a servant, a character in the play. So, and that role that had to be played. So, in the bigger picture, she was an example of progress.
Yeah. Well, if you look at Putana as a spirit soul, it's like all spirit souls. She was identified with that energy of the Lord's external energy. She was identified with it. So Krishna, by associating with Krishna, she got purified, of that energy. So then she identified as a real servant of the Lord. Honestly, all that hypocrisy was taken away. It's all identification with the Lord's energies. So his energies in the Maya, all they do is cause misery. It's like the Cortina thing, So you identify with these material energies. They're your assistant, but they don't assist you very well. See, there's fault in that. The same thing, you think I'm going to be assisted by Vaidhi Bhakti. This is like an assistant. See, I'm assisted by the path of rules and regulations and all of that. So we're spirit souls and we use that assistance. Okay, that's good to a point. See? Now, we're assisted by who? The love of Radha for Krishna. See? Now we have a new assistant. This is the better one. This is the ultimate assistant. See, this is where those pictures are going, is to have that going on in our life. You see that closeness? Radha's real close to Krishna. Well, that we can have that also. We need that. See, otherwise our lives are not perfect. Otherwise, it's just a picture out there. Isn't that what it is? Just a picture for devotees. They can't explain that. They can't look at that picture and say, "Oh, that's my muse. That's my lady." See, my lady. Even you see, my lady, my lady. You know, they have in the king's court. This is my lady, my queen. See, my lady. I also have my lady now. You have my lady. You look at the picture, it has meaning, transcendental meaning. See, not just an empty picture. See, so people are usually without my lady. See, this is a teaching in Krishna consciousness. When you attain Krishna or Radha and Krishna, or just you can consider just Radha, she's my lady. My lady, man. You know, I can't live without my lady.
You've got to see the mood and the divinity inside of it.
Yeah, you got to see it in action. You got to see how it shows up that you can also have this. Anybody coming here, you can have my lady. You can have that. You can have what Krishna has there. He's come here to give that. If you don't have that, then you don't have Radha and Krishna. You don't know how that shows up. I can say this is my lady. I love it, man. I just love saying that, man. My lady, you know how people say this is my wife. This is my lady. This is my queen. You know, this is
Living-
my life and soul. Even saying that, tears well up and everything. This is my love. You want that, anybody in the world? Here, you can have that kind of picture. You can. It's better than that. That's just the picture of it. But that's how it is. Very close. You know. See, she's hanging on you, and you're hanging on her. You see how it is. This is the greatest secret of secret. That's why the Lord saves the best for last. You know? This is why, you know, Gorkishar's Babaji, they had the delegation come to him. And these guys were trying to figure out who is a real devotee, because they read in scripture, if you find the real devotee, you can get Krishna. You know, and they're looking for one. And they go to the Babaji to find out, you know, that they didn't have real faith in him. They just go to inquire, let's ask this Babaji. This Babaji was who they were looking for, but they didn't know it, you know? And so they said, well, you know, where is a real devotee? Who's a real devotee? And, you know, it's so hard to figure it out. We can't do it from studying the scriptures. And Gorkishore, you know, did what Prabhupada did and Bhaktisiddhanta did. They hide things. Because, you know, not now. I'm just being frank. I'm shouting stuff from the rooftop, man. Because that's the mood now. So Jesus gave the order. Prabhupada gave me the order. Shout it from the rooftops, man. You know, tell them. You know, don't hold back like I did, man. I've been waiting for this day, man. You know? So he said, yeah, if you see the same thing, talking and, you know, hidden things like the scriptures do. That's why you need a devotee to, if you're ready, if they're going to, the Lord gives the order, you'll get the Maharaj Parikshit talk that's going to bring you back to the spiritual world in 7 days or a few years or a few, you know, weeks or whatever it takes. Quick. Yeah, so he said, yeah, well, Krishna keeps that hidden because if you have faith in a real devotee, the Lord's he has to give himself to you. There's no doubt about it, and he's eternally bound to you. This like Lalita, you know, she's got Krishna, Govinda's got there, you know, the Lord ain't going anywhere. He's eternally bound to these kind of devotees. They're not flip-floppers anymore. You know, flip-flops, they can come off. You ever walk with flip-flops? Sometimes they fall off. See, that's people not steady in devotion. But when he gives somebody, you know, himself, it's permanent. Even then, some people try to run away, but the Lord won't let them go. You'll see, they'll all come back. All of them. My ex-wife, Mahavirya, Meena, all of them will come back. Maybe not in this life, but they will come back. The Lord doesn't let go of anybody he claims. Anybody who had some faith in this, they all did. My ex-wife did. Mahavira did, Meena did. You know, the Lord didn't forget any of that service. They're finished, man. They're material life. They're all there. You know. You just got to live things out a little bit. No problem. Live it out. See, they all did service too. Man, Mahavira wrote these beautiful songs. I still use these songs. He gave them to me too, actually, as a gift. He said, here's an album for you. Somebody marketed them, he could probably make $1 million off those songs. They're so good. So, yeah. Forgot what we were talking about, but probably was nice.
Putana. We started with.
Oh yeah, Putana. Yeah. Putana. Okay, so I'll see you guys, huh? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Thanks for being my friends. I mean, you know, I consider you my friends, my true friends, forever. I'll never give you up. Even the ones who left here, I never forgive them. I always remember them. Because my Lord remembers everything, you know. And all you guys watch him too. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. See you soon. Huh?